If the Avengers was a tale about gamers fighting the corporate greed of gaming companies, then EA would certainly be the looming Thanos-style threat, collecting every single Infinity Stone, or in this case, terribly greedy franchise, in some concerted effort to remove joy from the gaming world. Madden, FIFA, and of course, as we will discuss, the UFC series, are all evidence of EA's greed. EA UFC 4, however, may just be one of their greatest sins yet. Welcome to the Gaming Conversation. We make regular gaming critiques, discussions and opinion pieces. So if you enjoyed today's video, hey, maybe consider subscribing. I enjoy MMA. I play EA games from time to time. What I don't enjoy, however, is blatant corporate cash grabs. UFC 4 is one of the most blatant cash grabs I have ever seen. Coming out 2.5 years after the release of UFC 3, which was a divisive title amongst series fans, UFC 4 on the surface offers some cool changes to the formula. However, what becomes very quickly transparent is that a lot of these changes are superficial, half-baked implementations that absolutely reek of laziness. The product on offer doesn't feel like a new game, or even a complete game for that matter. UFC 4 does the absolute, and I mean absolute bare minimum, to try and paint itself as a new title. Not to mention that this game is riddled with bugs and issues that lead to gameplay becoming exploitable, frustrating, and at times, outright unfair. For example, the amazingly horrendous purple screen glitch, where in online ranked play, which for a lot of players really matters, shock horror, you may not even load into the fight, and instead get to listen to your blind fighter get beat into a pulp, all within the spectacular view of a purple loading screen. It's shameful, really. Now, I will admit, what UFC 4 can at times offer is certainly fun gameplay, in what is a partially realistic MMA simulator. But so did UFC 3. UFC 4 honestly feels like an expensive patch, featuring a few new fighters, with notable omissions for that matter, novel new game modes that, whilst fun, lack substance to make them any real game changer, and at the game's best, an improved clinch system. Couple this with an inconsistent, at times poor performance, as well as strange design choices such as limiting ranked to one weight class per hour, makes UFC 4 feel like a game made with the same level of thought and integrity as Boris Johnson's Brexit deal. One of the most egregious feats of EA scumbaggery is in how they presented the new career mode, namely the character of Coach Davis, to be some form of relevant character in a more focused story. Coach Davis appears regularly throughout the first hour or so of career mode, and then quickly becomes locked away, mainly through regular text breaks, occasionally re-emerging for the odd story moment. Now, the marketing prior to the game is therefore largely misinformative in terms of how much career mode has actually changed. The story is minimal, and the gameplay changes are for the most part small. There was one addition that I did think genuinely improved the gameplay in career mode. The fighter evolution system is a cool implementation, whereby you gain more skills and proficiency with certain strikes, submissions and grapples by quite simply using those moves more regularly. It is a logical, smart implementation that largely feels incongruous to the rest of the nonsensical design choices and laziness found in UFC 4. It adds some sense of replayability and helps make your fighters feel unique. Great stuff, until you then find out you can't even use your developed fighter out of career mode. I understand in terms of balancing and avoiding spammers, but nonetheless, this makes the fighter evolution system feel less significant when it is only integrated really within the career mode. All of these aforementioned issues don't take away from the fact that I do at times really enjoy this game, believe it or not. The striking feels generally crisp, the grapple system is so much better than from UFC 3, and for a quick session amongst friends, this title does offer fun at the very least. But the problem is, this was launched as a fully fledged brand new title. It offers little for me to be able to justify the cost as a full price game, and quite honestly represents one of the biggest issues with EA's model for consumers. EA with its Madden or FIFA series releases annual titles. UFC titles have averaged roughly a 2-year release schedule, and between each of these releases, the changes are often superficial and nominal, making it hard to justify the cost of the games, for what is honestly a roster update with a few cosmetic changes. In my opinion, these franchises beg for a live service or annual subscription system, a fee for annual updates that more fairly reflects the efforts that have gone into updating these titles. Because quite honestly, UFC 4 as a full price release is at the very least disrespectful, at worst plain robbery. Thank you for tuning in to this week's more fiery edition of the Gaming Conversation. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating goes a long way into supporting the channel. And we will be back soon with more opinion pieces, critiques and discussions of all things gaming. Let's continue the conversation down below. Given the negativity of today's video, why not let me know something you actually like from UFC 4? Thank you once again for watching. I have been Michael JH, and at times quite disappointed and extremely angry with EA. Peace.